You're listening to the Murder Speaks podcast, the show that spills the tea about true crime. Here's your host, Wendy Hinbest.
Hey guys, welcome back to Murder Speaks. Hope everyone's having a great week. So today's real crime story made headlines. It's about the murder of 22-year-old Gabrielle Venora Petito, also known as Gabby Petito. Now, Gabby liked to help people and make people smile. She was trying to make money on social media as an influencer. She documented her life and travels on social media sites like YouTube and Instagram, and she described her interests as art, yoga, and veggies. She was born and raised in Blue Point, New York, and she had 6 younger siblings and half-siblings. In 2013, Gabby and her stepbrothers appeared in a music video to raise awareness in American gun violence in response to the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting.
You are irreplaceable. You are.
Unfortunately, Gabby Petito was killed by her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, in August of 2021, while they were traveling through the United States in a van. In 2017, Gabby graduated from Bayport Blue Point High School in Bayport, New York, and that's where she met Brian Christopher Laundrie. So you're planning to hang out with some friends or go to the gym, and you don't know what to wear. Even though your closet is full and your drawers are so stuffed that they won't shut, you feel like you have nothing to wear and you're so bored of all of your clothes. This is why Crystal Kiss offers a wicked selection of true crime merch to bring your wardrobe to life. From hoodies, leggings, and t-shirts to joggers, crop tops, and tank tops, Crystal Kiss has you covered. Offered in so many designs, Crystal Kiss can make you stand out and feel dazzled. Make a fashion statement with Crystal Kiss. Check out crystalkiss.com today. Now, from September 2017 to January 2019, she lived in Carolina Beach, North Carolina, working as a hostess in a kitchen of a restaurant near Wilmington. Now, she applied to Cape Fear Community College, but she did not attend. Gabby Petito started dating Brian Laundrie in March of 2019. And she moved in with him and his parents in Northport, Florida. Now, the couple worked at a Publix in Northport, and that's where she was a pharmacy technician, and he worked in the grocery department. Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, they both quit their jobs. Now, by fall, they've been dating for about 7 months, and they decided to take a road trip together to California, and they went in her car. Now, Gabby ended up buying a van so they can go on another trip. In March of 2020, Gabby celebrated her 21st birthday in Nacomos, Florida. In June of 2020, they were engaged the following month, and she posted about it on social media. In December of 2020, Gabby purchased a 2012 Ford Transit Connect van, which was converted into a camper, and that's the van that they used for their next cross-country trip. Now, to save money for the trip, Gabby started working 50-hour weeks at Taco Bell and as a nutritionist, while Brian took a job at an organic juice bar. On June 17, 2021, Gabby and Brian attended her brother's graduation ceremony in Blue Point, New York. And on July 2, 2021, they left Blue Point for their trip. Now, at first, Gabby posted often and stayed in touch with her parents. Her and Brian's posts were very different. Gabby's posts were more upbeat, and Brian's were apparently more dark. And by the end of July, Gabby's posts became more sporadic. And she suddenly stopped giving her parents updates. And she stopped posting. Then, Brian came back to Florida in Gabby's van without her. Gabby's parents are calling Brian's parents, and they're totally ignoring them. So Gabby's mother reported Gabby missing. Only 4 posts appeared in August. And the last post was about Halloween. In August. Huh? Then, on surveillance, the police spot Gabby's van pulling into Whole Foods. And that was the last video seen of Gabby alive. Now, when you watch the surveillance of them at Whole Foods, you can tell that Gabby's uncomfortable. She has her arms crossed like this the whole time, and there's like a some sort of a distance between them. And you can tell that she's very uncomfortable. Like, the whole vibe is off. You can totally tell. On August 21st, they ate lunch at Mary Piglet's. And they left without paying the bill. But they ended up paying. On August 12th, 2021, a witness called 911 to report that a couple, later identified as Gabby and Brian, were fighting in front of Moonflower Community Cooperative in Moab, Utah.
Hi, I'm calling. I'm right on the corner of Main Street by Moonflower, and we're driving by, and I'd like to report a domestic dispute. Florida with a white van, Florida license plate, white land, gentleman,
Where's it at?
5'6" beard. They just drove off. They're going down Main Street. They made a right onto Main Street from Moonflower.
Or what were they doing?
Cooperative, but what did you say?
What were they doing?
We drove by, and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Okay, you said it's a white van?
White van. I can give you the license plate if you give me 1 sec. I took a picture of it.
What kind of white van? Like a big one?
It was a smaller van with the license plate of, it was white, Florida license plate QFT G03. It was, the make was a Ford, model was Transit, black ladder on the passenger side.
Black ladder, passenger side.
White Ford Transit.
White Ford Transit. Okay, what's your name? And where did they, so they turned, they headed south on Main Street from Moonflower Market?
Correct, they made the right turn.
Oh, so they went north.
North. Yeah, sorry, I'm not from around here.
Okay, so you're right there by the post office?
Right across the street, yep.
Okay, and when they turned onto Main Street, they went right or left?
Right.
Right, so they went north. North on Main. All right, I will let somebody know. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Bye.
Thanks.
Now, the caller said they saw a man slap a woman, and the man and woman were running up and down the sidewalk. Then, the man hit the woman again before they drove off together. Another witness described the incident as Gabby and Brian were talking aggressively to each other, and that Gabby was punching Brian in the arm. The witness said it looked like Brian was trying to leave Gabby behind and take her phone with him. Leave her behind in her van and take her phone with him. Before they drove off together, Gabby jumped into the driver's seat, moved over to the passenger seat so that Brian could drive, and then she asked him, "Why do you have to be so mean?" Officers from the Moab City Police Department spotted the van driving erratically and conducted a traffic stop. They found Gabby crying heavily in the passenger seat. Now, at first, Gabby downplayed the physical altercation they had. If you're looking for true crime merch with a great fit and feel, look no further. Crystal Kiss has a wide selection of clothes to brighten up your wardrobe. I like to wear clothes that make a fashion statement and says something about me. Like, our true crime and chocolate design describes me very well. I love chocolate and I love watching true crime, so they go hand in hand. Our hoodies are so soft and can be paired with one of our true crime joggers to make a super comfy outfit. Our true crime t-shirts fits true to size and last several washes. For a night out, throw on a pair of heels with one of our true crime leggings and a crop top. Whatever you're doing, Crystal Kiss has you covered. You people in the US get free shipping when you order 3 or more items. You can also use discount code MURDER15, that's MURDER15, and save 15% off your entire order. Check out our wicked selection of true crime merch today at crystalkiss.com. After the officer spotted the marks on her arms and her face, he told her to just be honest. Then Gabby told the police that Brian kept telling her to shut up and grabbed her face, which is what caused the injury. She told police that he grabbed her face and that she hit him. She made herself sound like the aggressor. But when you watch it, you can tell that she's obviously scared and uncomfortable. Like, in my opinion, she looked terrified. I don't think she looked crazy or anything. I think she looked scared and terrified.
Slapped him those times. Were you attempting to cause him physical pain or physical impairment? Was that what you were attempting to do? What were you attempting to do? What was the reason behind the slapping and stuff? What was it you were attempting to accomplish by slapping?
I was trying to get him to stop telling me to calm down.
Well, it doesn't sound to me like she attempted to injure him.
I am separating the two of you tonight. Okay? I want you guys both to be tonight away from each other, relax, breathe, crying, because there's no reason to be crying now, okay? I understand that this can feel like it's a nightmare, but you're coming out as the golden flower. You want to tell me what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some days I have really bad OCD, and I was just cleaning and straightening up the back of the van before, and I was apologizing to him and saying, I'm sorry that I'm so mean, because sometimes I have OCD and sometimes I just get really frustrated. Not like mean towards him. I guess my vibe is like I hear him be like in a bad mood. And I was just saying, I'm sorry if I'm in a bad mood. I've just been really stressed. I had so much work I was doing on my computer this morning.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I used to work at an organic juice bar, but I just quit my job.
Okay.
I was a nutritionist. That's my
That's
job.
cool.
And I just quit my job to travel across the country, and I'm trying to start a blog. I have a blog and stuff, so I've been building my website, so I've just been really stressed, and he doesn't really believe that I could do any of it, so that's kind of been like I don't know, he's like a downer. I don't know, we've just been fighting all morning, and he wouldn't let me in the car before. And then
Why wouldn't he let you in the car? Because of
told me
your OCD?
told me I needed to calm down. Yeah. But I'm perfectly calm. I'm calm all the time, and he really stresses me out, and this is a rough morning.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I sit you down in the back seat of my car? You're not in any trouble, okay? I'm not going to be putting handcuffs on you. You obviously don't have any weapons. I'm going to get you into the air conditioning, let you take a breath, relax a little bit, and then I'll come back and talk to you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Like, sometimes when people are being abused, they'll lie. Like, they'll blame themselves. Like, say, oh, it was my fault. It was my fault. You know, I hit him. And I think, in my opinion, she was doing that because she was scared. Maybe she was scared that he was going to, like, maybe freak out on her later. Who knows? But she made herself sound like the aggressor. And the police ended up thinking that he needed protection, not Gabby. Even though the caller said that Bryant hit her. So at that time, it looked like Brian was the victim. So the police wanted to separate them. So Brian went to a hotel and Gabby stayed in the van. And on August 17th, Brian took a flight to Tampa, Florida and left Gabby behind. Gabby spent several days at a Fairfield Inn and Suites hotel near Salt Lake City International Airport, according to staff, and checked out August 24th. Later on, the Laundrie family attorney explained that the reason Brian left Gabby there was to go home to obtain some items and empty and close the storage unit to save money, as they were thinking about extending the trip. And on August 23rd, Brian returned to join Gabby and to continue their trip. The last time that Gabby's mother spoke to her was August 25th. Gabby told her mother that they were traveling from Utah to Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Parks. On August 25th, Gabby's final post was made on Gabby's Instagram account, which consisted of photos of herself taken in front of a butterfly mural outside a restaurant in Ogden, Utah. Another witness contacted FBI to report a slow-moving white van and a white guy acting really weird. On August 26th, 27th, and possibly August 28th, she even posted a video on TikTok explaining what she saw. On a TikTok video, a woman said that her and her boyfriend gave Brian a ride On August the 29th, they gave him a lift from an area near Coulter Bay Village after seeing him hitchhiking alone. She reported that Brian freaked out after learning that they were going to Jackson Hole instead of Jackson, Wyoming, disembarking the vehicle at 6:09 p.m. near the Jackson Lake Dam, less than 30 minutes and 10 miles after being picked up. The witness found it weird that Brian offered $200 for the ride, and he didn't appear very dirty after claiming he'd been camping for days. Another witness said that she picked up Brian around 6:30 from the Jackson Lake Dam area, dropping him off at the entrance to the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area. Now, Brian offered gas money for the 20-minute ride, but he didn't want to be taken any further than the entrance of the campground, which was several miles from the van. According to the witness, Brian acted really weird and antsy about getting out of the vehicle as it got closer to the campground. Now, on August 27th, a text was sent from Gabby's phone to her mother, and it said,
"Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls."
The message raised concerns for Gabby's mother, because Stan was Gabby's grandfather, and she never referred to him by his first name. The last message, sent on August 30th, simply said, "No service in Yosemite." Her mother doesn't know who sent that text message. On September 1st, Brian returned home alone in the van. On September 6th and 7th, Brian and his parents went camping. Camping? At Fort DeSoto Park in Pinellas County. On September 11th, after Gabby's mother hadn't heard from her since late August, Gabby's mother filed a missing persons report. 4 days later, Brian Laundrie was named the person of interest. Brian's parents hired a lawyer, and based on his advice, they didn't speak to anybody about the case. On September 17th, Brian was reported missing by his parents. They claim they haven't seen him since September 13th. On September 13th, the police were watching Brian's home, and they saw him leave, and they saw his car come back, and they thought it was Brian. But they learned that it wasn't Brian. It was his mother. After obtaining search warrants, the police seized the van, an external hard drive, and the Laundrie family's Ford Mustang. On September 19th, human remains that matched the description of Gabby Petito were found at the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area in Wyoming, not far from where the van was observed. She was found lying on her side. Her identity was confirmed, and the autopsy determined that she died by homicide, blunt force trauma to the head and neck, and manual strangulation, which occurred 3 to 4 weeks before the body was found. On September 23rd, an arrest warrant was issued for Brian Laundrie for the unauthorized use of Gabby's debit card. Brian used Gabby's debit card to obtain about $1,000 or more between August 30th and September 1st. The FBI took material from Brian's house to match his DNA. On October 5th, in an interview with ABC News, Brian's sister encouraged him to turn himself in. 2 days later, Brian's father joined investigators in searching for him. On October 20th, Brian's skeletal remains, identified by forensic dentistry, and some of his belongings were found in the Myakatchee Creek Environmental Park. Now, his cause of death could not be determined by an autopsy, so his remains were given to a forensic anthropologist for further examination. And on November 23rd, the forensic anthropologist concluded that Brian died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. On January 21st, 2022, the FBI revealed that a notebook was found by Brian's remains, and in that notebook, he admitted to killing Gabby and deceiving people that she was still alive through text messages. In June of 2022, the Laundrie family lawyer released the full notebook. In the notebook, Brian wrote that Gabby had fallen and hurt herself, and he had killed her out of mercy. "I ended her life. I thought it was merciful, but this is what she wanted. But now I see all the mistakes I made." The note ends with his plan for suicide. Now, Gabby's parents sued Brian's parents, claiming pain and emotional distress due to Brian's family and attorney withholding information about Gabby. Gabby's parents sued Brian's parents and attorney because they withheld information about Gabby's death. Apparently, Brian's parents knew that Gabby was dead, even while they were going on and on about wishing that she gets reunited with her family. In November 2022, Gabby's family filed a $50 million lawsuit against Moab Police Department, the complaint of which was amended in 2023 to include allegations that the officer, Eric Pratt, Brian was a threat, but decided to ignore the law. Gabby's parents claimed that the police could have protected Gabby. Then, Brian's parents described getting a frantic phone call from Brian on August 29th saying that Gabby is gone and he needed a lawyer. 2 days after Gabby was believed to be murdered. Brian's parents said that they didn't know that Gabby was murdered. They just knew that she was gone. What does that even mean? If your son calls you frantically, freaking out and saying, "Oh my goodness, Gabby is gone and I need a lawyer," how else would you take that? Except for the fact that she's deceased. Something happened to her. And I need a lawyer because it looks like I'm guilty. How else would you take that? Brian's family admitted to knowing about Gabby's death before Gabby's family did. And there was a letter written by Brian's mother. "I just want you to remember, I will always love you. And I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. If you are in jail, I will bake a cake with afternight you need to dispose of a body. I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It is not a thing. It is not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Therefore, I am certain that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire create world can separate our love, neither hostile powers, nor messengers of heaven, nor monarchs of earth. Nothing has the power to separate us. Romans 8:38. Nothing can separate us, not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin, not the thinkable or unthinkable can get between us. Not time, not miles and miles and miles. But according to the Laundrie family attorney, that letter was written before Gabby and Brian left for their trip. In the letter, Brian's mother wrote, "Burn after reading." She says it's in reference to a children's book. But, I don't know. Like, for me, burn after reading means, like, you read it and then burn it so you can hide the evidence. How would that be in reference to a children's book? Well, after Brian killed Gabby, he killed himself. I'm not sure if you can say the family got justice or not. I mean, I think justice would have been him facing what he did and serving his time, but that didn't happen. Everyone out there who knew Gabby Petito, I'm very sorry for your loss. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode of Murder Speaks. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodles!